So this is our road trip, and we're going to go and see Jessica, our daughter. But before that, we're going to go and visit a place we spent more than 2 months, in the end. 2 visits, or actually 3 technically, but initially in the stables for just over a month, and then in the what's called the Norfolk wing of this building. We're going to turn in here into a building that is famous. Who was the designer apparently in the 1600s, darling? Nicholas Soames, Sir Nicholas Soames, who I'm sure it was Nicholas Soames. Oh no, that's a later politician. Anyway, Soames, this guy, there's a museum to him, and he is credited with this building. He went on to apparently design most of the Bank of England and a bunch of other very famous buildings. Now, it's my contention, and others, I filled some of the divots in this road when I was here last. They I believe are part of a plan to re-engineer, change the facade, and even clad an entire building with a new stone or a new brick to hide its origins, which are predating the period that these people come and do what they do to the buildings, to hide up their true history. So this, what we're approaching, I believe, is like the original front of Letton Hall, but it's been re-engineered. You can't get downstairs. There's a great video, well, I think it's a great video because I made it, from almost a year ago on Letton Hall, and suggesting that this is a much older building, and it belonged to the Gurdons, and the Gurdons are a very interesting family if you research the Gurdons. But yeah, all of this is so much re-engineering that you wouldn't believe it. The kitchen is downstairs, but half downstairs. If you don't want to see the staff, then you don't give them windows that look up into your living spaces. This is where we stayed. We stayed in the stables. I'm not going to drive into the rear of the stables because, well, I was on good terms with the people here, but I didn't take religion and all these rules. The stables are back there. They've got a racetrack on the back there for go-karts, which they use for Christian outreach, as an outreach center. And it used to be full all the time, and obviously last year changed everything, which is why we got a gap to be in here. It suited our needs. It was far from perfect, but lovely setting away from everything. It was a useful time in our journey, and as I say, it gave us more than a few months. A tree was felled right here during a storm across this road. Couldn't get across here for about a week. And you apparently can't take these trees that have fallen in the field. Farmers aren't allowed to take them and use them for their own. They have to leave them by law, European law. Anyway, that our world is in a pretty desperate state. Last night I got the opportunity to hang out with 3 awesome men, all men of God, all men who can see that God's creation, us, this place, has been usurped. And, gentle as the dove, but wise as the serpent, we must continue the work that Jesus and others told us we would need to do if we were to return to, self-rule, sovereignty, with a divine and cleansed connection to the Most High, our Creator. Anyway, that's wibbly wobbly right now. We've got a few things to do. We're going to see Jess in a little while. Over now.